Alright guys, so welcome to this week's market analysis session. Now, for this week, it's going to be a bit special, it's going to be different. I'm going to be going through bounce back. So for those of you who don't know what is bounce back, it's part of a marketplace top product that they have. And what it does is that it gives you signals on a daily basis. And all you need to do is drop the chart, wait for your confirmations, and then enter the trade. Right? So basically, it does the work for you. All you need to do now is just add the finishing touches and wait for your confirmation before you enter the trade. Right? So this is a fantastic product, and I do tend to promote it a lot because I believe that persons who are new to trading, beginners, persons who have not yet found their trading style, patterns that they love to trade, etc., can use this product in order to teach them how to trade, because you will need to implement a few things for the confirmation of your signal, and it also helps you to strengthen your knowledge, understand what to look for. You will start to recognize certain behaviors on the trade, and and it's really good, especially for those who don't have a lot of time on their hands. In terms of like looking at the market, waiting for a particular setup, or trying to understand what the heck is the strategy. I think this is a fantastic product and tool that everybody that gets into trading should at least start with. And you can even make it your own. You can make it the only thing that you would use in a marketplace. So guys, without any further delay, I will share my screen, and I'm going to go through today 3 different strategies you can use with the bounce back. Right? So we're going to go through 3 strategies you can use with the bounce back. The first one is the MACD, which is Stevenson Lindar's strategy using the MACD and the 9 moving average. We will go through that. So Stevenson Lindar's one is the MACD and the 9 moving average. The second one I'm going to go through is a bit of that wave strategy, which is using the RSI. So we're going to go through how you can use the RSI for a bounce back. And the third one is using the 50 moving average line along with the MACD or even the RSI, or all 3 of them combined together. So this gives you 3 different ways that you can utilize the product that will give you your confirmation for you to get into any trade and become more and more profitable. So I'll go ahead now and I'll share my screen. So let's go ahead and do that. Go. All right, good. So let me just remove some here, and let's look at bounce back as a whole, right? So the first thing that I want to mention is that if you're using bounce back, right? If you're using bounce back, this is a bounce back thing here. If you're using bounce back, I strongly recommend that you take the signals that are given to you on the left-hand side and transfer it over to TradingView, right? So basically using TradingView for your analysis. And there's a reason why. Now, bounce back sends you a signal, you drop the chart, and then you leave it, right? And you're waiting for the trade to activate quickly, right? So you're waiting for the trade to activate within a day. Sometimes the trades on bounce back could activate the next day, 2 days later, and so on, because bounce back is just sending you a signal for a setup. So they're telling you, okay, I basically see the setup, and usually when I see the setup, a buy happens or a sell happens. Bounce back would not guarantee or basically tell you, okay, well, it can happen in a day, or it's going to happen in 2 hours, and so on. And this is where your skill, this is where the skill really comes into play. Because I find that the reason why a lot of persons are not reaping a lot of results from bounce back itself is because we drop the charts, and if the signal does not happen within an hour or even before the end of the day, we forget about that signal and we move on and we look for new signals the next day. Unaware that if you actually draw up the chart, let's say on trading view, and you set an alert and you just wait, the setup is still valid if it happens a day later, 2 days later, even a week later, right? So try not to forget your setup and do it in a way where you could either document it in your trade journal, and so on. So there are different things you could do, but try not to forget your setup throughout the week, right? So let's look at your odds. Now, bounce back call your odds by around 161,784. Now you can do it here. Nothing is wrong with using the bounce back interface. However, majority of times, I don't think we found a solution yet in terms of being able to keep so all the work that you do on the chart, so like the trend lines and so on, there's no way of keeping that there and saving it. Obviously, as you go on and off the page, it will refresh. So best thing to do, especially if this is a trade that you want to look at, if it doesn't activate within the day, you want to look at tomorrow and so on, my advice would be to go straight over to trading view, right? So we have here by around 161,784. So straight over to trading view, and we're looking for 161,784. So use a horizontal ray, right, to understand where 161,784 is. Placing it anywhere on the, so place the horizontal ray anywhere on the chart, 161,784, right? We're just going to change the coordinate. So we go to the settings of the horizontal ray, changing the coordinate, 161,784. So this here as well. Good. So this is where bounce back wants you to enter the trade. All right. Now, just where you can see here in this red line is where bounce back wants you to enter the trade for a buy. Okay. Now, Stevenson Lindar's strategy is using the MACD. So this is the first one we're going to go through. And the trade got called on the 1 hour time frame. So you're going to drop 2 time frames down, which brings us to the 15-minute time frame. And you're going to draw a trend line, right? So drawing it from the high to the low. You're drawing it from the high to the low. What you're looking for with your odds, I think it probably got caught around here, right? What you're looking for with your odd is for the break of the trend line. So 2 things you're looking for here, right? You're looking for the trend line to break with a solid body candle. So we're not actually looking for a wick to break the trend line, as you would know. And then you're looking for the MACD to also be to cross the 0 line on the histogram. Now, obviously, you guys should know by now, and those who don't know, you're actually entering the trade on the 5-minute time frame, right? You're just drawing the trend line on the 15-minute time frame. So you draw the trend line to identify either uptrend or downtrend. In this case, we're buying, so we want to identify the downtrend, which we have here. We draw a trend line, and now we're waiting for the trend line to be broken. So on the 5-minute time frame, which is where you'll be entering the trade, right? You can see that we have a solid body candle right here. This small one here that you see, this is the candle that would have broken the trend line. And then you can see here on the MACD as well, here on the 5-minute time frame, you can see how we have that the MACD line is actually crossing the 0 line right here, right? So you can see how they're actually above the 0 line on the histogram, which represents the uptrend. So obviously that would have been that's your confirmation there to enter the trade. Now Stevenson Linda also uses the 9 moving average, right? And let me actually do one from start. So how do you add the 9 moving average in? You come over here to indicators and strategies, right? You're just going to type in moving average, exponential, all right? And he uses the 9 moving average, right? So the whole idea is the trade, once you start to get the trade breaking above the 9 moving average line, then it signals the buy. So you can use that in conjunction with the breaking of the trend line, the breaking of the MACD. You don't have to use the 9 moving average line. You can simply keep it sweet and simple and just wait until you wait until a solid body candle. So a solid body like this one here actually breaks the trend line along with your MACD crossing, and that is your way to go. Nothing hard. So if you were in this trade, if you had actually seen that and you got into this trade so far, it basically went up about 12 ticks, right? It went up about 12 ticks. So that is not a long-term solution in terms of, it's not for, when it's a long-term solution is probably not the word they want to use. It's not for long-term trading. You're in and out of the market, so you're looking for a couple ticks. I usually tell the teams to look for about 15 to 30 ticks, then trade and bounce back. But in bounce back, it's also key to protect your profit, right? It's very, very key to protect your profit. So what I usually tend to do is tell the team once you have reached at least 10 pips profit, move your stop loss to entry, right? So you would have here, so I'm just going to put another horizontal here. Right here would have been 10 pips. I'm going to make it a different line. Make it yellow. So right there, that yellow line would have been 10 pips. And once you have that, I would have moved my stop loss to entry. No. In talking about stop loss, when we're entering this trade, where would we put our stop loss? So the rules are, you put your stop loss under the last low before the trade actually took off. So for example, this would have been your stop loss here at the bottom, right? Because this is the last low before the trade took off. So we talked about take profit. You usually aim for 15 to 30 pips in then trading box back. Stop loss always under the last low. So you can see in the case like this, your stop loss was around 12 pips, right? Now, when setting your stop loss, and we talk about putting it under the last low, please do not stick it onto a wick or any candles that you see there. Give it a little room, So I usually tend to just give it a slight amount of space. And this is a very strategic area to place your stop loss, because if the trade comes back down and it takes out this low, then the trade is not quite ready as yet to go up in that buy, right? So we would have entered too early, right? Too early to show. So as I say, when the trade takes off from your entry and it goes up to 10 pips, this is the 10 pip here, right? This would have been 10 pips profit, right? Make that a different color and bring it around here. Right? So we have it here, right? So over here, 10 pips profit. That yellow line there. Good. So there's your 10 pips profit, right? You're moving your stop loss now from below the last row to your entry, right? And just usually put it a pick above your entry. So if your entry is 161.61752, put your stop loss at 1.61755, just a little above your entry. So when we say put it at entry, we just mean a pick above the entry or so that even if it comes back out, it can account for, depending on the broker, any commissions that you would have had, or any swap, anything at all that you would have had, or even the spread from the broker. But you putting it above, it would account for those. So you would either, if it has to come back and hit your stop loss, you would break even, or you would come up with just a few cents in profit, right? So in the case like this, you can see now how the trade came at 10 pips, and you can see how it would have came back down here or stop loss. So this could have been a break-even trade, right? This could have been a break-even trade, and and that's okay, because I rather not lose anything than to lose something. So always try to protect your profits, right? No. Another thing is, if you still want to be strategic in your stop loss, you could have actually put it just below the last low when it broke the trend line. So remember, the first thing is you could put it at break even, or you could, remember it's here at the last low, right? Before it breaks the trend line. So from here, you could also put it just below the very last low that it did to break the trend line. That way, even when the trade came down here, too, you would not have been stopped out. So you have two instances. Those that would have put it below the last low would be back in profits right now. Those that would have put it at break even, stop loss would have been hit, but you probably would have been hit with straight profit or with no loss at all, so breaking even on the trade. So that's the two possible options there that you guys have with stop losses. You can put them at break even, or you can put it just below the very last low that the trade would have created, right? Giving you a little space so that even if the trade comes back down, and it doesn't take out that last low, that absolute last low, you will still be in the trade right now, right? So hopefully you guys understand that from our perspective. No, moving on. So we talked about using the trendline break with the MACD to give us a $9 strategy. All right. Now let's go ahead now and look at the RSI, right? The RSI. So yes, we will still draw a trend line. It's still key to use the trend line, but instead of using the MACD, let's look at the RSI as an option. So again, indicators and strategies are going to contain RSI, which is the relative strength index, right? And this is what you have here. Using the standard one, so you have the standard RSI, right? So you have the standard RSI. Now, with the RSI, I would rather more use it on the time frame that you drew the trend line on, rather than using it on the 5-minute time frame. So for example, in this case, we would have received the trade from Bounceback on the 1-hour time frame. We would have dropped down 2 time frames to the 15-minute time frame to draw a trend line. This is the time frame that I would prefer to use the RSI on. Although wouldn't necessarily be where you would, the time frame you would use to enter the trade, you're analyzing the chart with the RSI on the M15 first before you drop down to the 5-minute to enter the trade. So what I mean is, in this case, the RSI, right, is very handy above or below the 50 move, the 50. So we're looking at the 50 line here. Where would you see? So let's identify that. So I actually took here a regular horizontal line and just place on the RSI. I'm going to click the horizontal line, right click, go to settings, and I'm going to change it to just 50 itself. Alright, so we get that 50, you can lock it here if you want to. Alright, now, what does the RSI tell me about the trade that we're in, right? Now let's just say that we got this trade from Bounceback and it didn't break our trend line as yet. I'm just going to block out here. Right? I'm just going to block it out. So it didn't break our trend line as yet. What are we seeing? So if we look here, right, on the RSI, you can see how the RSI was basically fluctuating in between bouncing off of the 50 and dropping under here. So if you had drawn your trend line, you want to wait to see when the buyers are in control of the market. So I use the RSI to identify when the buyers or sellers are in control of the market. So you see from here where I start my trend line to identify the downtrend. Notice what happened there. The RSI dropped below the 50 moving average, right? and all it did was bounce in between here. We had times when it just dipped and came back under, dipped and bounced and came back under. But for the majority of the time, it was under the 50 line, right? So only here did we now start to see the RSI actually starting to get a little momentum above. So what this is telling me is that we are now starting to see the buyers get some control over the market. So you can see now how the RSI has actually come over, and now we are bouncing on the 50 line on the RSI, which shows us that now the buyers are in control of this market, right? So if we have that, we have the confirmation of the RSI being above. Once we get the solid candle breaking our trend line, where is the RSI when the candle has broken our trend line? It is above the 50, right? It's literally above the 50. And even as we continue, right, we have this spike here, this small little spike here that you can see, the sellers. Although we have that spike, when you look at the RSI, what is the RSI telling you? It literally just bounced off the 50 and continued up. So the RSI may be a little tricky, but if you guys actually look at it a little more, pierce it some more, really analyze the trades with the RSI, you will notice that it can actually give you an idea for who's in control of the market. All right, you see how the sellers were in control of the market right up until here. But when we start to get that movement and the trade actually starts to break down and actually come and gain the momentum to the upside, you could also see it in the RSI too, how the momentum to the upside, how the trade started to gain momentum to the upside, and literally how we were just bouncing off of the 50 line on the RSI, right? So this is a tool that you could use as well. With this, you can use it in conjunction with the MACD. So I'm going to just add back in the MACD. Okay, just put MACD, and you use it in conjunction with the MACD. The reason why is if you look here, again, this is where the trade would have broken our trend line. You can see that the MACD actually crossed the 0 line. And the RSI also bounced off of the 50 and continued up. So that's your double. There's three confirmations there for you. You got the trade actually breaking the trend line. The RSI actually above the 50. MACD is actually above the 0 line, right? So it's just giving you ways of how you guys could look at the trade, right? Now, while we're here, there's one thing I want to point out, and something called a bit advanced. I'm going to just remove these indicators for now. And it's called divergence, right? So divergence, what is divergence? When we reach an area of structure, support argument, right? So let's say, for example, structure would have been around here for me, right? And that's not lost, right? So that would have been support, or a support area between here and here, right? So let's say this is a support area. So you should have already known what is support and resistance. So when we reach an area of structure, right? What we want to do is identify the pattern that the trade is doing at this area of structure. Is it creating lower lows? Is it trying to create higher lows? We're looking at the lows of the trade. So basically, in a downtrend, you want to identify the lows of the trade, right? So I'm going to pull back on the indicators. I'm going to take off. And now I'm going to take off my RSI. Let's look at it on MACD. Right? Now, this is very key. So please, if you're getting confused, pause the video and you can just run through the first half of the video and so on. Right? If you're a bit advanced, you would love this. Looking for divergence when using bounceback. Right? Now, divergence at structure. We're looking at the lows. Remember, we're looking at low. So this is a low. So move this. Let's identify the lows. Right? We have this is a low. This is a low. Right? And if you draw a trend line, you will see how the low here, how it's getting lower. We have lower lows. But if you look at the MACD, including just looking at the volume here in this MACD, right? When you draw a trend line, you see in areas that you have those two lows, you would notice that we have opposites. So we have an opposite here, where it's coming down, and in the MACD, we have the opposite here, where it's coming up, right? This is what you call divergence, moving in a different direction when it, compared to the indicator. Now, we actually have the one that I really want you to pay close attention to is this one here. So this is structure. Remember, this is structure here for us. I identified the support zone. So using these laws, so I'm going to use this law and I'm going to use this law, right? I use this law and I've used this law. Okay? What have we identified? You can see the trend line actually coming down. So you see that the lows are still getting lower. Now when you look at the MACD here, right? When you look at the MACD, you can see that the lows on the MACD are actually getting higher. So we identify divergence here now at support, right? This is your support zone. What happens after that? What happens after that? You can see, first of all, in the volume, how the volume of the sellers, so the strength of the sellers basically are starting to lose their momentum. So with this divergence, you can see how the sellers are starting to lose their momentum and we're starting to gain some strength in the buyers, right? So you can see how the market is actually reacting to this divergence. They're now starting to push up. And these are things that you can start to look for in a trade before you even enter the trade, because sometimes you guys enter bounce back too early. You can look for divergence in your trade. So you can look for divergence and wait for the trade to actually start to gain the momentum, right? Identify things that the strength of the sellers. You can see how the sellers here are you can see how minimal the strength is. And then what you can do is just analyze what happens after. Right? You can literally let us see after this divergence at my support zone. I now started to see the trade actually moving from out of my zone and giving me the momentum to the upside. Right? So you guys can look for that. When you're doing bounce back, there are a couple of things you can do. You can keep it sweet and simple. You can get a bit advanced if you want to, and do a bit more analysis on the trade. It helps you because the more work you do, it gives you better confirmation, accuracy, less likely to make mistakes. And that's what we want to avoid doing. So this is part of a trading plan, right? So that was the indicators that we use there for the RSI and MACD. The last one I want to go to is using the 60 moving average line, right? So using the 60 moving average line. So we're not the 50 moving average line, so we're going for moving average exponential. And we're going to come here on the left hand side in the corner and we're going to change the settings of the moving average from 9 and we're going to put 50. Right? Just come over here to style and you can change it how you want to. I usually put mine blue and I usually give it some thickness as well. No, 50 moving average line. This is a very powerful moving average line between this and the 200, and there are some other ones out there, but this is the one we're going to use. Now, I want you to make sure you're making note. The 50 moving average line tends to recognize a healthy trend, right? So you've got three types of trends, right? You have a strong trend, a healthy trend, and a weak trend, right? We have three types of trends, and we're going to focus on two of them. So you have strong trend, then you have a healthy trend. We're not going to focus on the weak trend, right? Now with the strong trend, you can use the 20 exponential moving average. Remember, you're looking for the moving average exponential line, right? It usually tends to respect the 20 moving average line. So you see it bouncing off of the 20. In a healthy trend, you can use the 50 exponential moving average line. All right, there we go. All right. So you would usually see the trade respecting the 50 moving average line in a healthy trend. So you can see here how this downtrend was rather healthy. We broke below, so let's look back. Let's come down here. Let's look here. Trade came up. For those who know what is the reversal pattern, but trade came up, created a reversal pattern. Sellers started to take control of the market, and we broke below the 50 moving average line. So you can see that here, right? And it broke below the 50 moving average line. And once it broke under there, what happened next? You can see how the downtrend started to create. So we have lower lows, lower highs, respect to the 50 moving average line, lower lows, lower highs, respect to the 50 moving average line until it begins to break through, right? Now, it bounced back called a buy on euro odd. You can simply use the 50 moving average line along with the MACD as well if you wanted to. Just use the 50 moving average line alone and wait until your trade, right, where it's a trend line, yes, and also where it's above your 50 moving average. So you really want to see that you want to see the trade actually above your 50 moving average line, right? So notice, you know, friends, create a healthy trend up. We had a nice bounce off the 50 moving average, so holding above the 50 moving average line. So you can actually use this indicator, and I find it to be very, very useful when it comes to bounce back. Another trade bounce back I called out was the USD for sell, right? And I had already drawn my trend line here, so you can see I drew my trend line, identifying my uptrend. Bounce back called it for sell, right? So I identify my uptrend, and I'm waiting for the candle to break below my trend line. But look what happened here, right? Two things I want you to look at. I'm going to show it with the MACD. Go to like divergence. What do we have here? Trade still showing that it's trending up. MACD is showing here, even in the lines, you can see how the MACD lines are literally just coming down. So you can see that the buyers are losing their momentum in the trade based on this going up. And you can see how the MACD lines are actually coming down, showing a bit of divergence, right? Now, along with that, what happens with the 50 moving average? So if you look here, right, what happened with the 50 moving average line? We got a break below the 50. So we got a break below the 50 moving average line, and the trade came up, tested the 50 moving average, and it dropped again. So we can see how the 50 moving average line could be pretty useful and helpful when it comes to trading with bounce back. So if you haven't actually added it to your indicators, you can. Very, very, very helpful, guys. If you have to use the 50 moving average, and all you're waiting for is for a solid body candle, just like a trend line, to break below the 50 moving average line if you're looking for a sell, above the 50 moving average line if you're looking for a buy, right? You can use it along with drawing a trend line, and even with the MACD if you wanted to, or you could use it alone. But the 50 moving average line is a very, very strong tool or indicator that you can use to help you in trading both that, right? So you can see the two options. You can see how this broke below, and all know you would have still been in profit, right? Now let's just break back above my 50 moving average line. you could continue to hold the trade. That's what I see. All right, guys. So I hope that this training, yes, it was a bit long. We went through some strategies, right? We went through some strategies that you could use with bounce back. There were 3 different strategies I went through there. Some are a bit advanced, like using the RSI and so on and so forth. Some were easy. So you have the easy ones like the Trendline break with the MACD, like the $1 million one. You have the 50 moving average line as well, is a very easy one that you could use. So these are some, this is actually different styles and strategies that you can use with bounce back. But like I said, bounce back is a phenomenal product, and I think that everybody should be plugged into bounce back until they have mastered and learned this skill to a T. You can use this to help build your account, help build your knowledge, use it for practice and so on. As you continue to learn the skill in the academy, your mentors and so forth, you can use this tool to help you along the way. So I hope that this is useful. And please remember to check my YouTube channel every week. I usually tend to post a market analysis, or, you know, if I don't post market analysis, it will be some type of training. So this week, obviously, I just focus on the bounce back training, giving you 3 strategies that you could use to help you with bounce back. All right. So guys, thank you for joining me today. My name is Coach Kier. Please have a pleasant evening. Take care.